Hey, thanks for hopping on this onboarding call. I'm going to spend a few minutes to help you get set up in the system so that you're able to access all the resources that we have, including group calls, Notion, school, all that great stuff, so that you can become fully involved in the CFI Roadmap coaching program. The agenda for this call is very simple. First, we're going to go through school, and then I'm going to guide you through some resources. We'll set you up on Notion, and then I'll assign you your homework, which has to do with your offer. So that's the agenda for this call. So by this point, you should have gotten a link in your email with an invite to our school account. Once you create the account and you're logged in, which I'm going to do right now, it will take you to our community. This is the CFI Roadmap community. We've got a community, classroom, calendar, members page, leaderboards, all this kind of cool stuff. Basically, school is like a forum that we use to make announcements, share resources, just in group chat kind of stuff. It's where you'll find the calendar for all the group calls. You can see here that at 4 p.m. on Thursday, there's a group call. That's Central US time. It's our Thursday and Friday call. You can use this Zoom link to access that call. If you want to add these calls to your personal calendar, you can click Add to Calendar, and it gives you options for downloading this file to your calendar as a recurring event. Another way to access the group calls is to go to the community, and pinned at the very top of announcements, you'll see group call schedule and links. It shows the date range, shows the day, the time, and the link to those calls, as well as the meeting ID in case the links don't work correctly. Now, right now, our school account does not have anything in the classroom under courses. I'm going to be uploading group call recordings to this particular section here soon, but for right now, the group call recordings can be found in the link in the community section. If you go to community and then resources and scroll down, you'll see group call recordings right here. You can click on this. It takes you to a Notion page where you will find a history of the previous group calls that were uploaded. Now, not every single call is going to be uploaded because there will be times when only one person shows up, and that just makes it a one-on-one call, and we keep those private. But anytime we've got more than 2 people outside of the coach on the call, I'll upload that call to this link. So you can find that here on the Notion page that came straight from the group call recordings link in school. So our school account is where you're going to be sending messages between yourself and other members as well as the coaches. You can click members. It'll show you who's on the page and give you an opportunity to send them a private message. You can also go up here to the chats box and see any of your previous messages. Now at the top right corner of the page, you'll see your profile picture that says user menu. You're going to click on that and go to settings. Settings is where you can change your notifications. This is important. I recommend setting your notifications to where you're able to see things as they pop up. That way you'll be able to get quicker access to any kind of announcement or any kind of private message that affects you as a member of the community. So I recommend that you adjust your notifications to receive things immediately if you can. Each of the tabs under the community section allow you to filter out different topics. For example, if you click on resources, you'll see a template to the Notion page as well as the group call recordings. If you see fulfillment, there's a resource for the best CFI insurance. If you click on marketing, there's a great resource by Alex Ramosi all about generating leads. We're going to be posting more and more resources in the school page as time goes on. And if you have any particular resource that you want to share with everybody else, then please put that in there as well. The next thing I'm going to show you is the Notion page that you're going to use to organize your business. Under the CFI Roadmap community, click resources and find the Notion page template. Click on this. You're going to find a link right here to the Notion page that I made for new members of the program. I have some simple instructions right here. What you're going to do is click on this link. It's going to take you to a page that I made for flight instructors to be able to organize their business and allow me to access their projects that they're working on as an independent CFI, so that during the coaching program, I'm able to help them get the results that they want. What you're going to do in order to make this page your own is click duplicate. And if you have a Notion account, you can select which account you want to add this page to. I'm going to select mine. Once it duplicates, it will change the page to a page that you're able to edit. You can type in your name, you can type in a to-do list, whatever you want to do. You'll find this page titled whatever your name is. It will be under the private section of your Notion page. Now, once you have this page here, in order to allow me to access it, you have to go up to the top right where it says share and punch in my email. So you'll type in toby.rice@wingmanflightacademy.com. You'll click on it and you'll allow it to full access, and then you can press invite. Now, as far as this Notion page is concerned, this Notion page is designed to give you a place to put your to-do lists, your ideas, list your clients, have a content calendar to organize all your videos, putting in notes, all that kind of stuff is going to be found in your Notion page. This is completely customizable. You can change the cover, you can change the color, you can put in whatever you want. It does not matter. Change the emojis, change the icons, does not matter. You can put it all on here, completely customized to yourself. So on the right-hand side here, I have a bunch of pages that I made for you. The first is the mindset page. There's some basic mindset reminders, place to put in your own notes from our meetings on mindset, square breathing exercise to help you calm down during stressful situations. We'll find an offer page where you can put in ideas on your offer. Who is your ideal client? What are their pains? What are their desires? What's holding them back? And then how do you get them from A to B? We'll talk more about this here in a little bit. There's a page here on fulfillment, a place where you can put in your outlines, your syllabi, any kind of lesson plans, homework, resources, all that kind of stuff can be found under fulfillment. Marketing. Here I have some basic write-ups that you can use to help get in the right mindset for how marketing really works. There's places for you to put your own notes and another link to your content calendar. Now under marketing, not all of these pop-outs have been populated. It's designed so you can write down your own notes, even though I do have some information there for you. Next is sales, where I have a little bit of a spiel on sales to help you get in the right mindset for that. Some more sections you can click on to write down your own techniques and your own ideas, things that you're learning from the course, as well as the content calendar, where you can write down all of your ideas. I'll put in an idea for you. So this idea is going to be called Why I Became a Pilot. You can click on that. There's some templates you can use for how to structure your video. We'll use the transformation template for this example. It gives instructions on how to make the video, the flow of the video, and then areas where you can bullet point out your ideas for your script, which allows you to have all your thoughts written down so that you can film without having to fumble for your scripts. You can drag those across different points all the way until they get to the done section. You can even click on it and put down a publish date, where then if you go back to the calendar, it shows you that video on that date to help you keep track of all your video projects. Under meetings, you're going to see a meeting template that you're able to click on, click empty page, and write down notes for your meetings. You can take this page, click the little button on the side and hit duplicate, which will allow it to pop up to give you a place where you can put in the date for the meeting and then write your notes for that meeting. My personal favorite here is the Brain Dump Central. This is where you can put your random ideas, your thoughts, anything that just needs to be gotten out so you can let your creative juices flow, just so I don't lose my greatest ideas. And the last thing on this page is the client section. This is a template that you can use I made to organize each of your clients. We're going to take this template and we're going to duplicate it. Once it duplicates, we'll click on it and we will change the name of this student. Bill Pilot. Under Bill's training profile, we can see areas for lesson notes and takeaways, a training timeline, homework, resources, maybe a bio if you want to, and any kind of other notes. One of my favorite features about this page is under lesson notes. You can click on this page and it takes you to a page where you as the CFI and the student can go in and put the date and the points they learned on that lesson. So for example, I had a great lesson today, but I'm feeling weak on steep turns. I just can't get a feel of it, blah, 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 blah. I will work on this on the next lesson. I'm feeling prepared about it, so on. This is a great way to get your students to think for themselves in their own assessments and their own debriefings for their lessons. And then of course the CFI on the right hand side can put in whatever they want. That's my personal favorite section of the client page. If you go back here, you'll see training timeline. Now it's empty right now, but this is where you can put in the timeline for your client's training, such as what phase are they currently in. If you have a syllabus that you made, you can copy and paste it into there to keep it all organized in one nice page. The last part, I want to give you some homework. Before you start showing up to the group calls, I want you to get an idea of your offer. Now, you're not going to know everything about your offer from day one, but starting out before we actually get on these meetings will help you out quite a lot and give me a better idea of what exactly needs to happen when we start talking on these meetings. So all an offer really is what you do to get someone from point A to point B, how you help someone overcome a problem. The way an offer boils down is through what's called an I help statement. It's I help who achieve what through how. You need to figure out the who, the what, and the how. Feel free to put your ideas down here, but I'm going to show you what the who, what, and the how are, so you can start plugging away at that before our first call. So who is my audience? Who is my ideal client? Who do I feel called to serve? Is it somebody that I used to be? Is it somebody that I understand their problem? Maybe you're not a C-level executive, but you have the resources to help a C-level executive achieve some kind of goal. That person could be your ideal client. I'll tell you right now, the best way to make money as a flight instructor is to find people who have a lot of money. You want to target high net worth individuals because they're the people that value time over money and are willing to give up a lot of money to get the results that they want. So start listing down some character traits of your ideal client. One of those character traits might be high net worth individual. Maybe it's a family man or something. Maybe it's someone who owns a business, an airplane owner, etc. Try to develop the demographic of your ideal client. That's your who, because you are helping that person achieve something through something. What are their pain points? What is something that they have gone through or are going through that you can resonate with them on? A great way to break this down, if your ideal client is someone that was similar to you 5 years ago, is to ask yourself, where was I 5 years ago? And what did I struggle with? Whatever those pains are, those may be the pains of your ideal client. For example, a high net worth individual who's a family man who owns a business and owns an airplane, their pain points might be not having time to bend to a flight school schedule, not finding a CFI who is qualified in their airplanes, find a CFI who values quality over the number of hours they fly. Because you see, high net worth individuals, they don't want to take a long time. They want to get really good in as short amount of time as possible. So they want to find a CFI who is all about quality instead of the quantity of hours. A pain point of the ideal client might be no time for family, lots of stress, etc. The best way to think of a desired outcome is to look at your pains and determine the opposite of that. So the opposite of not having time to bend to a flight school would be flexibility to train whenever they can, having a qualified CFI, having access to a dedicated CFI, free time to spend at home, peace of mind, so on. Now, these are overly generalized ideas, but for you to be able to come up with your ideal client, your audience, your who, what their pains are and what their desired outcomes are, what they actually want. Like, for example, the ideal client is going to want to be confident in the air, knowing that they're trained to be safe and not just pass the test. Once you have these ideas down, you can go down to how you get them from A to B. It's your CST, your customer success timeline. Might be something as simple as this: a 12-step process to getting PPL in their airplane, real world training, flexible schedule, proven results. What you can do is you can take the process that you use to get them from point A to point B and boil it down into a very simple 1, 2, 3, 4-step process. Me personally, I use a 12-step process to get someone a private pilot certificate, while I use a 5-step process to get someone an instrument rating. Whenever I'm helping CFIs grow their business, I use a 5-step process. Even though there's hundreds and hundreds of steps, I can boil it down into buckets that simplify the process to make it easier for people to comprehend and to digest. Hey, thanks for watching that video. Go ahead and set up your calendar for the group call that's coming up. I'd love to see you on there and see how your homework came along. Until then, get to work.